We're talking about lime essential oil on this version of the Essential Oil Works podcast. And thanks for joining us. There are so many benefits to lime. And again, I'm not a doctor. I don't pretend to be prescribing anything to you. I want you to go to your doctor and get health advice. And remember that everything that we say is not approved by the FDA. So we say things like may, and we say things like support. And the products that we mention aren't intended to diagnose, to treat, to cure, or to prevent any disease. We're telling you basically the microbial makeup of these essential oils and what they do to your cells as you consume the oils, either through diffusion, applying it on your skin, or ingesting it. And yes, of course, you can ingest lime essential oil. It's really, really good for you. It's also an aperitif. Okay, that's a very French word for something that kind of stimulates your appetite. It's something that you do before a really fancy dinner is you take an aperitif. It's bactericidal. It's a disinfectant. It reduces fever. It's a hemostatic, which means it is a coagulation agent and it restricts your blood vessels. It's restorative as a tonic goes to your organs, and it's extracted through cold compression of the peels of your lime. In Latin, it's called Citrus aurantifolia, and it's composed of lots of really good alpha pinene, beta pinene, mycerines, which is a monoterpene. If you don't know these enes and these, linalool, I'm sure maybe you've heard of, they are all molecules that make your cells do what your cells do. And it's a really good thing for your cells. And it's a really good thing that it's usually always available. Limes are everywhere. And if you have an opportunity to use lime in your jams, in your sauces, in your beverages, in your desserts, in your ice cream, whatever it is, make sure you do that. And the health benefits, it's full of antioxidants, and the antiseptic properties, as I mentioned, works against infections. It helps to develop what your cell needs to do to fight those infections. It's good for your immune system. It helps when it comes down to if you're wounded by iron, and I'm not going to say what that is because people get those shots every 10 years. If you are consuming lime, this stuff is going down your throat, into your stomach, your intestines, your urinary system, your colon. And if it's really good in helping to cure sores and build that wound tissue that actually heals your sores. I know people that have used it for psoriasis, ulcers, rashes. I heard it's really good with gangrene and like foot rot. But if you're treating an infection with antibiotics, you might want to consider using some lime instead. It's really good for your respiratory system. And I know people who do a lot of smoking like lime because it opens them up and it will help you hopefully stay away from a cold with all that vitamin C. I have heard that it helps with diarrhea and toothaches as well because it's an astringent. It's going to increase your appetite, and I can testify because I use it all the time. I have a bar in my house and I have a bottle of lime because there are things that I want to have that extra little lime kick to, and it's going to automatically, your body will secrete digestive juices when it's in your mouth. And that's the way we work. So it's really good if you have food poisoning. So think about that because it's helping to support the destruction of bad bacteria in your body, all of your systems, especially as we age. Being arthritic, lime can apparently help with that. And it makes sense because it's an antioxidant. Get it? You don't want your body to oxidize. Blending lime essential oils with other oils like lavender and ylang ylang, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If you're diffusing it, of course, you can do that. You can consume it, as I mentioned earlier. If you apply it on your skin, you want to do it 50-50. You want to use it with another carrier oil, whether it be avocado, a really high quality mixture of coconut oil or whatever you have that's organic. It's a photosynthesizing oil, so you want to stay away from the sun, tanning lamps. UV rays and lime don't mix and not good for you at all. You don't want to be phototoxic at all. If you're thinking about releasing feelings with lime oil, you can do that if you put it above your chest. It's going to help your lungs, and it is a really strong motivator if you're feeling unmotivated. That is what lime is used for, because think of it, it's bright, and people have used it to help boost their moods. And it is a motivator. So if you're feeling unmotivated, put it on your lungs, which is kind of like across your thorax, all the way, both left to right. And think about being focused, and think about how you notice when you are responsive to things. And this will help you with motivation. That is what lime does. But right now, a big bottle of lime is only $14. It's just a lifestyle choice. That's all it is. You can use lime instead of maybe some other very toxic synthetics that you're using that come out of a little orange bottle. If you have any questions, make sure you email us info@essentialoilworks.com. Oh, one more thing. Lime has also been studied as far as helping people with their studies as they study. If you diffuse lime oil as you're studying a subject, and then you take a little aroma stick in with you as you take your test, and you breathe that in, you are going to recall that information a little bit more specifically. Isn't that cool? Yeah, these things, they work on our brains. So if you want more healthy, clean, and toxic-free living advice, go to essentialoilworks.com.